Right, so just to recap last week, we looked at multiplication by two-digit number. For example, 569 times 35. You could take any two-digit number and multiply it, okay? But the important thing I want you to remember is the layout. Draw your line, leave two lines open, draw your two lines at the bottom for your final answer, and write in your plus and your 0, okay? Critical. Make sure you do that first. Then you simply multiply by the 5 on the first row, and then you multiply by the 3 on the second row. Okay, keep your numbers one below each other to make it easier to get the answer right. You must practice your two-digit multiplication, Jaida. So take a few numbers, write them down, and do the multiplication for me and send it to me. Prime factors of a number, like number 24. Do you remember how we did that? Let's have a look at that quickly. So we wrote down the first one is always 1, and 24 would be his partner. Then we looked at the next number 2. Does 2 go into 24? Yes, it does. 2 and 12. Does 3 go in? Yes, it does. 3 and 8. Does 4? Actually, it does. 4 and 6. Does 5 go in? No, it doesn't. Next number is 6. But we already have a 6. So we stop right there. And then our sequence is 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 12, 24 in that order. That'll give us all the factors of 24. Next thing we looked at is when you have a sequence, calculate the jump first, the jump or the difference, okay? So I always look at them. So let's look at the sequence 1, 4, 7, 10. We calculated the jump from 1 to 4 is 3. The jump from 4 till 7 is 3. 7 till 10 is 3. See the pattern? 3, 3, 3. Always, when you get a sequence of numbers and you have to do any kind of calculation with that, figure out the pattern or whatever it is, remember to work out what the difference is between each number first. And that's your starting point. Fractions, always simplify your fractions in your answer. If your answer you get at the end of the calculation is, say, 4 over 12, divide top and bottom by the same thing to make it as simple as possible. Next thing to look at, if you get 1/5, a fraction, okay, of an amount, in this case 1/5 of 500, that means take the 500, split it up into 5 equal parts, and we're going to take one of those parts for our answer. So if you take $500 and you split it up into 5 equal parts, it's going to be $100 in each part, right? And then we're going to take one of those $100, so our answer is 100. And then lastly, remember, when dividing with any kinds of fractions, or decimals, sorry, not fractions, decimals, when you're dividing with decimals, ignore the decimal completely. Take it out in your division. So here, we have 0.36. We take out the decimal and we just have 36 divided by 6. The answer is then 6. Okay, straightforward. Then we count back. Let's do that quickly. We count back how many decimal places did we take away. So in this one, it was 1, 2. We took away 2 decimals there. Do you see that? So in our answer, we've got to count back 2 decimals. 1, 2, put a decimal there, and it's 0.06. So once again, take away all your decimals in your division, and then add them back into your answer afterwards.